Boat 628, a Tony Neal tale. Part 22 of 42, 12:34 p.m. Having traveled south of the rapid that Sam had declared too risky to try, the horde of NOC guests who had crept along, T-handle paddles at hand, on the wet and rocky South Carolina side portage, along with staff who had delivered the inflatable rafts beyond the recently achieved too risky status point in the Chattooga, began climbing into their assigned boats. Some guests taking the shortest route from shore to ship and slipping directly on board, while others waited far enough beyond their boats to stand hip deep in the Chattooga. Guests who then paused, looked blankly across the river, and stood motionless. A tableau that prompted Patrick to say to his whitewater wards, "Hey, look, now they're both American and European." Speaking of which, 2 changes in our itinerary. Water levels necessitate that we pull out at Camp Creek rather than continuing on to Tugalu Lake, and we likely won't be swimming at Ambush Rock. Ambush who? Tony asked. The big rock where we usually pull over beyond and let anybody who wants to go ahead and jump into the river. You know, you 2 jumped last time, right? Both times, Gene said. You know, Tone, the big rock. Oh, sure, just didn't know its name. So we're not going swimming, Johnny asked. Again, Patrick said, not unless somebody falls in. Current's just too fast to risk it. Okay, so no swimming this trip, Johnny said. What's this about Camp Creek instead of Tugalu Lake? Tugalu Lake. Yeah, there's just some rapids that we're not allowed to traverse with the river this high. Current's just way too fast. And what does that mean to us, Gene asked. Last time we hooked the rafts up to a motorboat and got pulled across the lake. How's your bus driver? What'd you call him? Beat me up, Scotty. Gonna know where to pick us up. Already radioed in the change, but that does lead us to our takeout. It's going to be far more rugged than what you're used to. Not terrible, just narrow, not as well groomed on some ruts. Oh, and steeper. And longer. May need to take turns helping me tote the boat to the top, but totally doable. I have faith in you. Sounds terrific, Johnny said, twisting his head to the side and raising his eyebrows. I guess there's no change in the old adage here, is there? Which one is that? Patrick asked. We're all in the same boat, Johnny declared with a guffaw. Indeed, Patrick said, nodding his head as the boat ahead of them started downstream. And speaking of, forward 3!